everybody, I'm Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and tonight I'm going to show you how to roast jalapeno Haskap Cornish hens. Now I've got these gorgeous little Cornish hens. They're about 750 grams and they each came with their neck. So I'm going to start by putting the neck in a little sauce pot on my stovetop with a little bit of salt, and I'm going to let these guys go for a good 30-40 minutes boiling in there, simmering, so that I can get that neck meat off nicely. We can either use that for a gravy later if we want to, or for a snack or a future gravy, whatever. Just don't waste it, okay? Also, it's going to provide you with a nice little stock as well that's going to come out, flavoring that water. So a little bit of salt with that. And I'm going to cover it, bring it up to a boil, turn it down to a simmer, okay? Next, so these little hens are adorable, and you're going to actually serve this up. You could serve the halves if you wanted to, but we're serving wholes tonight. Each person's going to get their own. So it's just its own little tiny hen. There you go, cute, cute. And you're going to cook it very similarly to any other poultry. So I've rinsed it off, and I'm just patting the skin dry because I want butter to stick to the skin. That's going to give you a nice crispy, crunchy outside layer of skin, and everyone's going to love that, okay? So just dry those guys off as best you can with some nice dry, clean paper towels. Very simple. And you need to have some softened butter ready so that you can massage it into the skin of these little hens. So I have a large roasting pan, and I've just sprayed the bottom of it. I'm going to use some pine needles tonight. This is from my white pine. Make sure that you're using a tree that it has not been sprayed. Pine needles are edible. They give a nice aroma and the nice flavor as well. So I'm just going to kind of make a bed of these on the bottom just to hold my Cornish game hens and give a little bit extra flavor. And it's going to be pretty when you serve it like that, okay? So now I have my softened butter, a couple tablespoons worth, I would say, not melted, but softened. And I'm just going to massage that all over these birds, all over their skin. Okay, so once you've got these guys all buttered up, you want to season them. Salt, pepper, you can use gumbo filet, poultry seasoning if you like, a little bit of cayenne pepper I'm using tonight. I don't want to use like chipotle or something that has much more flavor than that. I just want a little bit of heat, but not a heck of a lot of flavor. Cayenne is the perfect addition for that, because this Haskap glaze is going to go on after, and it's going to be fantastic. So speaking of, this is their Haskap's Jalapeno Haskap relish. This is what the jar looks like. And Haskap is the brand name. Check them out online at haskapa.com. And they have got a wide range of amazing Haskap products. This is a gorgeous Jalapeno Haskap relish. And it is so tasty. It's beautiful, just like on appetizers and hors d'oeuvres. It's great smearing on meat, using for grilling, etc. But tonight it's going to be a beautiful glaze. We've done a lot of that too. Really, really lovely. Even great with just cream cheese or baked brie. Lovely stuff. And I'm using dried berries. They're Haskap dried Haskap berries. This is what they look like. So I've made this gorgeous stuffing. It's a Haskap quinoa stuffing. A little bit of cilantro in there. We're ready to go. So that's where that is going to come in. But that's going to go in later. Now we need to get these guys stuffed with the Haskap stuffing and seasoned on the outside. So I'm going to season the back sides of these guys first, because I'm going to stuff them with the breast side up, and we're going to actually roast them breast side up tonight. So salt all over the top. I use one hand to touch the birds and one hand for the seasoning. It's pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper. Now the jalapeno Haskap relish we're using isn't like super extra spicy, like too spicy for anybody. It just has a light, nice, pleasant jalapeno heat. We like our things just a little bit spicier. That's why I'm adding a little bit more cayenne. So now I'm going to season the inside cavity of the bird, and we're going to stuff them before we season the top side. So let's do that. Seasoning the cavity. You could put a little butter in here as well if you want. All the same seasonings inside. And I'm going to leave it breast side up. Pepper, salt, gumbo filet. Just need a little tiny hint, a whisper of the gumbo filet and the cayenne. Okay, so now I'm just going to stuff them as full as I can with this gorgeous quinoa stuffing with the Haskap berries in. I always find that using my hands just works so much better. Okay, now that's stuffed. Okay, I'm using these little lady apples tonight. Usually I would use a half of an apple or half of a piece of citrus or even half of a potato to close the end of where the stuffing goes in the bird. But tonight I'm using these little lady apples, and I think they're rather appropriate because they're little tiny little things. So I'm going to cut these apples in half. I'm going to keep the skins on, but then I want to core the inside just so that you don't have the seeds and things. And that's going to kind of hold things in there for me. Apple and Haskap tend to go very nicely together, so it's just a natural combination. Now you can check out my review on these guys so you can learn a little bit more about lady apples if you've never seen them before. Very, very cute. So onto that end they're going to go, and if you want to use two to hold it, you may have to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's what we have going on here. That's going to hold all that stuffing in with two little pieces of apple. And do that with the rest of them. In fact, lady apples and Haskap are such a gorgeous mix that I made a lovely Haskap and lady apple brandy. Make sure you check out that recipe. It's perfect for Valentine's, just like these little Cornish hens. They're going to be perfect for Valentine's for your special someone, okay? So I'm just finishing these guys off with the stuffing. My neck bones have come up to a boil. I turned them down to a simmer, and I've preheated my oven to 400 degrees. Now, a lot of recipes will tell you to do them at 350. I'm going to start them at 400 because I want to get the skin nice and browned and crispy a little bit quicker. Okay, so I'm going to put them in there for a good, I don't know, 5 to 7 minutes and see how we can get a nice brownness going before I turn it down to 350 to finish. So let's finish off the seasoning on the breast side of the hens. You want to try not to get any quinoa on the outside of these birds because you don't want those to, you know, burn and stuff like that on the outside, those little grains. So I'm just making sure that the tops are nice and coated with butter. That's an important step for the browning of that skin. Okay, and I'm going to actually place them in my roasting pan before seasoning them. I'm kind of alternating directions so they fit in here together, nice like a little peas in a pod. Perfect size for this. I'm trying to tuck the wing tips in so they don't tend to burn outside. And the bird next to it seems to do a good job at holding the wings down. So use them to your advantage. Okay, so all the same seasonings that we used before, pepper. Oh, these are going to be so nice. And look beautiful too. Those lady apples. A little bit of cayenne. A little bit of salt. And a whisper of gumbo filet. If you don't have that, again, use poultry seasoning. There. Lovely. Now, okay, these guys look phenomenal. Check this out, how pretty they are. So that's what you're going to be able to bring to the table, especially if you do that alternating. They look really, really nice. So these are going to go in the oven for roughly an hour before I even start worrying about a glaze. Mine are between 700 and 800 grams. That's roughly an hour and 20 minutes to finish. However, don't forget, I'm putting it in at 400 for about 10 minutes. That's really going to kickstart things. So I'm going to look at it in about an hour to start glazing. In the meantime, we're going to do that 10 minutes on 400 degrees. And see how it goes. If you have hens that are under 700 grams, it's going to take an hour and 10. And if it's slightly over, up to 900, it'd go an hour and a half. So, you know, within an hour and a half, you can get these guys done. Into the oven, 10 minutes, and we're going to take a look. Gosh, they look awesome. These guys look beautiful. Check this out. So I'm starting to get some brownness on them, as you can see on the breast there. I might maybe even let it go a couple more minutes before covering them. They look fantastic. You want to look, Mom?
Yes. Ooh la la. Oh, that's gorgeous, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Well, I'm going to let them go another 5 minutes. I just want them a little bit more browned. They look fantastic. In they go. Okay, they look beautiful. All right, so I'm going to let them go for maybe another 45 minutes or so at 350 degrees, okay? If they look like they're getting a little too brown for your liking, just cover them with a loose aluminum foil tent and you're good to go. All right, so we'll see you in another 45 minutes. So let's check on these hens. Oh, okay. I did cover them a little bit with some foil just to make sure that they don't burn.
Ooh, I can smell them in the other room.
They smell so good.
Oh, Kim.
Aren't they pretty?
They're gorgeous.
So here you go. We have nice browning going on. We've got about another 20 minutes to go before we're going to glaze. And I'm just going to baste with the drippings at the bottom just to get it all nice and glossy and crisped up. That's going to help crisp up that skin.
Good.
So you have that butter and its own drippings just all combining. It's going to be beautiful.
Shiny they are.
Yep. Make sure that you turn it in the oven one time. I can smell the apple and the Haskap.
Oh,
smells so
amazing.
Good. Like sweet smelling. Gorgeous. Look at these guys. Are you excited, Mom?
I am. They smell so good and they look so beautiful.
Wouldn't this be just a beautiful thing to make for Valentine's?
It sure would.
Really nice. Really impressive.
And you know, what an elegant dinner too.
Absolutely. I agree.
You put these on a beautiful big platter with your veggies and things around the edge.
For entertaining,
oh, yes.
be awesome.
Or on a buffet table. Oh, it'd be amazing.
So back on with the foil, loose tent, and back into the oven for another 20 minutes. You'll see us.
I'm hungry.
Me too. It's a cool little meal with the stuffing and little lady apples in there.
It's just gorgeous.
All right, we're ready to glaze these guys up. And they look fantastic.
Oh, they are beautiful, Kim.
I think so too.
Gorgeous.
These look phenomenal. They've been in for about an hour and 10 minutes. They're browned up. Let me show you how gorgeous they are. And now we're gonna glaze them with the Haskap glaze. It's gonna be fantastic. So there you go. They already look beautiful. Man. So I'm going to take a couple tablespoons of this jalapeno Haskap relish, and you can see it has some nice big chunks of berries still in it. Nice. And a nice heat that just kind of warms your mouth, but doesn't it's not too spicy.
Just warm.
Just
really warm.
So I'm just going to glaze every part of the skin I can find. If you have never tried this on your turkey or your chicken, this is such a cool way to serve them. So tasty, and they look so pretty, you know?
Oh.
So this is going to go back in the oven, same temperature, and I'm gonna let them go for a good 5 or 7 minutes, just like this. And then I might just reapply one more time to get a super beautiful, sticky kind of glaze. So it's gonna be like, you know, you have your little wings, you got your little drummies, kind of like chicken wings, right? Chicken drummies. And then you get to eat the whole rest of it too with this crispy, sweet kind of spicy, crispy skin. It's gonna be awesome. So you can see that the joints are nice and loose, getting nice and loose, and that's Mom's indication. That's how Mom taught me to check my poultry. You can put the little temperature gauge in here if you want to, a little thermometer, but that's how I do it. So I don't always do that with
If the joints are nice and loose, it's done.
Yeah. Oh, and we have beautiful drippings. Oh, fantastic. Oh, these are going to be great.
Oh, they're so nice and
I
beautiful.
have chunks of the berry on. Oh, fantastic. So back in 5 minutes. Oh, these look awesome. I'm going to do one more glazing of them and let them go a little bit longer even, just to make sure that it caramelizes up. I may even put it under the broiler for a minute or two, just to be sure.
Look at that.
Oh, this looks phenomenal. It's going to be so good with that crispy skin. Boy, it's gorgeous.
Those little hens are so beautiful in
They
there.
are. You want to make sure that the juices are running clear too, in this Cornish hen.
Oh, and you've got them on the bed of pine needles.
Pine, yes.
Needles.
That's
oh,
right.
That's good. That gives it flavor.
You like that idea, huh, Mom? You didn't see that part?
No, I was busy.
Goodness. So just try and get everywhere you can.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Fantastic. And this tastes so good. Like it smells so good. There we go. I like getting the chunks on there. That's a real treat.
Brutally delicious.
Truly.
They're gorgeous. Look at that.
Boy.
Oh.
Like you just you can't stop looking at them. They're so pretty.
Sure.
Back in maybe five more minutes. I'm gonna look at it and put it under the broiler probably for maybe 2 or 3 minutes after that. All right, they look gorgeous. I'm turning it on the high broiler for about 2 minutes. I'm gonna keep my eye open, keep your door ajar so that you can see what's going on. You don't want it to burn, but you do want it to kind of caramelize up, okay? Mom, these are fantastic. And they're done. Now I have the glaze has caramelized up,
Look.
a little bit browned, and it's crispy underneath. Fantastic.
Amazing.
So these cannot be eaten yet. You need to let them rest for a good 5 minutes before you even try to move them. You want them to kind of, you know, be less furious. Right now all the juices are mad.
You want to keep all the juices in there.
Yep. So look at this. You're gonna eat like you're on Game of Thrones tonight. So I'm gonna cover it with a loose tent of foil for a good 5 minutes before I remove them. I'm just gonna serve them on a platter, bring them to the table. They're gonna be so pretty. All right, these guys have been resting for a good 5 minutes. So I'm ever so carefully going to remove them. I don't want the stuffing and everything to fall out. I'm gonna use two spoons, and I think that will cup it nicely. And I'm just going to serve them with the legs facing out so you can see how pretty, how beautiful. Oh, they are gorgeous. Try not to take all the pine with you.
Beautiful.
I concur. Be gentle. Now you've worked this hard so far. You want a gorgeous presentation.
Look at that.
And we have lots of drippings in the bottom if you want to make a gravy tonight. And if not tonight, save those drippings and use them tomorrow. Fantastic. Look at how pretty.
They're gorgeous.
And these look beautiful on the platter. Look at that, Mom. Aren't they pretty?
They're gorgeous.
I would be so impressed seeing this coming to the table. Wow. Beautiful. All right, Mom. Well, are you ready to try?
I sure am.
Do you want to try one together, or do you want your own?
Let's share one and see how we like it. This one here's a good one.
All right. So you even get to choose your own bird. There you go, Mom. So it's kind of all self-contained. Do you want the green beans?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So tonight we're serving this alongside these gorgeous green beans made with the meat from the neck. So you saw the neck part at the beginning of this video, and that's what we did with it. Fantastic. Wow.
Beautiful. Gorgeous.
Look at there.
Isn't that nice? And look how beautiful that little Cornish hen is.
It is
very
lovely.
lovely.
So there you go. Beautiful green beans alongside that. What a lovely dinner.
Oh gosh. Oh, these berries are so good. That Haskap jalapeno sauce is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, it adds so much flavor to these little dickens.
Right? So Mom's just separating the wing off. It's easily coming off. It's completely done. I'm just going to steal some of the fruits of her labor here.
I want to taste this. That skin with the jalapeno on it.
Mom. The meat is so tender. I'm going to grab this little and just have a bite of the skin here.
And this little lady apple. Oh, this is delicious.
So that's what you have. Crispy skin. Moist, tender meat. That glaze is so good with this. And it's something you wouldn't typically think of. Cornish game hens are usually really, you know, frou-frou and traditional, but jalapeno Haskap glaze. Boy. That's like a great chicken wing.
Fantastic.
That is really awesome. A little bit green bean. How's that apple? Good?
So good.
Gotta try some of the stuffing.
That's it's coming in.
Let's try a little bit of that. Oh, look how plump and
I know.
beautiful. Oh, the end part is a little bit crispy.
That is fantastic.
That's so good. What a lovely meal.
What a delicious dinner. Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm stealing your stuff here.
That's okay.
So we better go so I can get my own. That is really good. That meat is so lovely. If you've never had Cornish hen, don't be afraid of it. They're just little birds. They're so tasty. It looks like a lot more of a lighter meat. Okay, it's not a lot of dark meat, even though that's the wing, the thigh there. Beautiful stuff. Oh, what a pretty presentation. That purpley glazed, a little bit spicy from the jalapeno. What a nice surprise. A twist on the traditional.
So good.
I'm in love. And you get your own. You get to nibble on all that nice crispy skin that you've got here. These lady apples are really suited for cooking and baking.
They're great.
They almost taste like honey. Are you happy with your meal?
This is fantastic.
So there you go, guys. That's how you do it. That's how you roast jalapeno Haskap glazed Cornish hen. Okay? You can do it too. They're easy. I mean, it really wasn't a heck of a lot of babysitting. You let them go for a while, and then you glaze at the end. I love it. How's that crispy skin? Done right?
Fantastic.
Is it done right? I'm happy. I'm glad Mom likes it. Anyhow,
So
I hope that you go online, haskapa.com. They've got the berries that I used inside that stuffing, and they've got this jalapeno Haskap relish. You're going to love this. This stuff is so good by itself. You want to put it on toast. Like, it's belligerent. So good. So haskapa.com, you'll be happy with every one of their ingredients. And you're going to be so sad that you never knew about it before. Because I feel like I missed out my whole life. Didn't know about Haskap. Anyhow, we're going to go. Mom doesn't even want to talk anymore. Check out.
This is so good, I can't stand it.
Check out Mom's website at ingridturnertoday.com. Follow me on Twitter at cookingwithkime with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly, youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly, and you can find me syndicated on Roku. Come to my website at cookingwithkimberly.com and subscribe. Interact with us and let us know what's going down in your culinary world, all right? And happy Valentine's Day. You would, whether you're a male or a female, you would really impress your partner.
Oh, you would.
With one of those. They would really be like, wow, you really slaved in the kitchen.
That's a loving cup right there.
Anyhow, be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So good, Mommy.